you're fat. Look at me, I'm skinny. Hey, folks. Hey, folks. Welcome to Scotch and Smoke Rings. Oxhorn had an important phone call, but here he is.
Hi, everybody. I had a very important phone call, but according to the clock, it is still 7 o'clock, so I
was getting worried there. I thought I was going to have to man the show by myself.
You know what? That actually would have been an interesting experience. I would kind of like to see 1 week where my brother hosts the show.
I was just about to wing it. I would have been really pissed, but here, let's switch seats real quick.
Okay, let's do some seats.
Because as you know, without Oxhorn, I am nothing.
Oh, shut your face.
So if I would have to run the show by myself, I don't know if it could be done.
I have every faith in you that it could.
Sit down.
Well, let's get over a little bit, and I'll swing by. Now we've got a special show today. I've got some incredibly awesome cigars that I got through the mail just recently, and I am looking forward to smoking them. And plus, we have a ton of fan art. Wow, you guys really outdid yourselves this week. We have more fan art than I think we've ever had submitted at any one time. So, good news. Lots of great stuff.
And as you can see, we moved back into the office room, and a lot of people were complaining about that, and I actually like it better in here as well.
I do really enjoy the office.
Ooh, the cigar smells are good.
They're really good.
Here, put on your glasses.
So, yeah, okay, I've got my glasses. I got to promote the show before we get too far into it, because not everybody knows that we're live right now. So, hang tight with me, 2 seconds. I'm going to paste a link and spam it to everybody who follows me. Hi, people. Scotch and Smoke Rings, episode 103.
Is it 3?
Is streaming, yes. Now, come watch. Control V to paste. And bam. The world is now watching.
Is that the only one thing you spam?
I normally spam a few others, but I don't have time right now. So, we will go on with the program.
All right, well, here, I got this lovely cigar, and as you can see, it's very interesting. It's two connected into one.
Right.
And I'm not quite sure how to go about dividing it, so I will let you show us.
Okay. Where's my silver one? I believe I have a silver one. I don't think this one will work. Yeah, it won't. I do have a silver one. It might be in the dining room. But I will tell them the story behind these while my brother finds the awesome cigar cutter. So, this is a Diesel brand cigar. Now, I have an entire humidor filled with cigars that are name brand, high quality, very expensive cigars. Now, what they did, he found it. What they did is they decided to have an experiment, and this is normally how cigars are rolled. What they normally do is they take the giant leaf, because this is the width of a tobacco leaf, and they stack the leaves on top of each other, and they roll them into something that looks like this. And then they glue the ends, and then cut it in half and package them. Well, they wanted to do an experiment, and they wanted to sell them like this, not cut in half, to see how they did. And the experiment kind of failed, because these are seen as sort of they're sort of weird and novelty, but they're just as good as smoking a regular cigar, and it's a name brand one. So I managed to get this for an incredible discount. And my brother and I are going to smoke a Diesel today. So what we're going to do
is what it's called, a Diesel?
This particular one is called a Diesel, which is a very fine brand. This is a Rockstar cigar. And the way this works is you slip it through there, and then catch it. Well, he almost caught it, but that's why that one's his. Anyway,
it's very misleading. It doesn't drop straight down. It goes snaps and goes to the side.
It does.
Well,
but yeah, there we go. So side by side.
Now I can do my V cut.
Yeah, side by side. Same. These are Robusto lengths, by the way.
I'll do a V cut now.
All right, he's gonna do a V cut. Can you guys see? Yeah. Maybe you should scooch in just a little bit more. And you know what? There's one thing missing, and that's awesome music. So let me cut my cigar first. And do you happen to have combustibles?
I do.
Awesome. Saves the show once again. There we go. We've got our nice V cuts going on there. And while he lights his up, I'm going to look for some awesome music. What should we listen to today? Oh, Pandora, will you grace us with some rockin' music of Celtic persuasions? Possibly. There we go. I'll set that down right by the microphone so you guys can hear. All right. How is it tasting so far?
So far, it's tasting mighty fine.
Mighty fine. I'm going to toast the end here just a little bit. Get it nice and blackened. Alrighty. Now all we need is a fine beverage.
Yes. Well, I think I'm gonna finish off the last of this Kraken.
Where's my scotch?
Huh?
My scotch.
Right behind you.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
All right. I can't reach it because
Dogs don't want that.
my arms are short and stubbly. Do we have whiskey stones or ice, perchance? That's okay. We don't need it. We'll just drink it straight. So my brother today is drinking
The Kraken.
what else but the Kraken? A very fine rum, one of my most favorite. And in fact, if you guys want, the Kraken is on Twitter, and they and I have had brief conversations. I want them to sponsor my show. So if all of my fans could maybe send a message to the Kraken saying, sponsor Oxhorn's show or give Oxhorn free money, by all means feel free. I definitely won't stop you. But I today will be drinking a Scotch, and this is a very fine Scotch.
Krakenmore.
It's called Krakenmore. I opened it up last week, and it's one of my favorites, I have to admit. I really love Glenfiddich, I really love Ardbeg, and I love rum. But this Krakenmore is aged 12 years. It's really nice. I gotta say, it is a fine Scotch. There we go, just a little dollop.
There you go.
And I will set this here.
Oh, they're complaining that it still says not live.
Oh, okay.
Isn't
Thanks,
there-
everybody. Give me a second. I will turn that off.
Isn't there a way to automatically just turn that off forever?
Yeah, I wish, you know. I wish it were possible to automatically turn it off forever. That would be a nice feature, but sadly, Livestream doesn't think that far ahead. They're a brilliant company, and they provide a fantastic service, but they just don't think that far ahead, do they?
They don't. Well, maybe if somebody complained about it.
Maybe. Maybe if a bunch of Oxhorn fans complained about it. No, don't do that. They don't deserve that. All right, the ticker is being hidden. There we go. Now we are officially live.
Yeah.
Okay. Turning off. There we go. All right, ladies and gents, we have a fantastic show for you tonight. Before we get into your questions, I have a ton of fan art and just awesome fan submissions that are otherwise fanish in their awesomeness that have been submitted that I would like to share with you. So now that I actually have a contact me button on my website, my fan email and my submissions have skyrocketed. They've gone through the roof. I've been getting tons and tons of mail, which is great. I mean, I sadly can't answer every single one of you, but I do collect your fan art and I do show it off. And that is what I am going to do today because you guys are so awesome as to provide me with fan art.
What is that?
So this is a mighty fine thing. This was submitted by Patrika, and she and her brother decided to have a cookout. And this is a dumpling wrapped in bacon.
A dumpling.
Yeah, it looks, according to her, it was very tasty. So thank you, Patrika. This is what they look like on the grill. Mmm.
Wow.
Doesn't that look amazing?
It does look amazing.
So I think Patrika has discovered a very fine new food that I will have to try sometime. Sadly, I'm on a low-carb diet, so I can't actually have the dumplings.
That bacon looks perfect and not burnt.
Yeah, it's really tasty looking. Man, these guys are good cooks. Maybe I should have some fans cook for me and, like, send me their food. Anyway. Oh, She-Devil says, I was planning on watching tonight, but I broke my laptop. I miss all of you. Well, we wish you were here, She-Devil. You're always welcome.
Sorry about your laptop.
A welcome guest here at Oxhorn.com. Next on the list is this one, submitted by...
It must be Patrika.
Patrika, I think, by Metal Snake 005 Dearbaketh. Oh, I think this is Patrika's sister. Possibly Patrika's sister. Anyway, so we had a guild screenshot during a few days ago.
Yep.
The entire guild got together and had a screenshot. As you can see, I was the only Tarn that showed up. But there I am. I hadn't put on my guild tabard yet. But we got a lot of these submissions. This is another one. Yeah, Sue Senka, I think her name is. This is Patrika's sister. Is that a Tarn?
No, that's a troll.
No, that is a troll.
The troll was late to arrive, so we made him sit in front and sleep in front of us.
Yeah. But there I am, and there's Bean. Where are you, Bean?
No, I'm hiding behind you. You can't see me from that angle.
Oh, I can't see.
No, I'm on the other side of him on the rail.
All right, and here are the names. Yeah, there's Bean. And there he is, standing on that rail. But yeah, we got all these nice people coming together. Look at that. Invisible pink unicorns. Look at all those people. And this isn't even everyone that showed up. This is a small percentage. This was submitted by Patrica. This was a guild event that they all went on, like a raid, I believe.
No, I don't think that was... I don't know. If it was a raid, I didn't go to it. Unless that was right after the Serpentine Caverns. I'm not sure. I wasn't there for it.
Possibly. Well, this is a big guild group. All these guildies are together. And so this is... the reason I'm showing this is because I'm taunting you. Right, those of you who are not in the guild or who have switched servers, these are all of the wonderful things that the Invisible Pink Unicorns do on a frequent basis. They go on events together because we're such a warm, loving, and very mature group. This is another picture from the same event submitted
everybody's dancing.
By Patrick A. and they're all dancing, so thank you for that. And then this is a comic by
that must be from
Patrick as well. So I'm going to read this and zoom up so that you guys can see.
Oh, no, I have not seen this.
Don't make me go unclassy on you. We are far stronger than you think, Patrica. Right. You can't resist us. I'm gonna go find that banhammer now. Whoa. Become one of us, Patrica. One of us. One of us. No, I can't give in. Must refuse. I am Bean's friend, not a fangirl. Uh-oh. Ah! Due to the classy level of the following scene has been removed. I apologize for the inconvenience. So sorry. Phew. There. Well, you spelled there. There, master is dead. No more crazy magic tricks. But Patrica, we can never die. Run. To be continued.
Very cute.
Very cute. Thank you for that, Patrica. We do enjoy your comics. So feel free to continue to submit. Do we have any more? And I think that's it. Yep, that's all of the fan art for today. Very finely done. We do appreciate it. Get the chat back up here. Okay. There we go. Smoke break.
Someone says that you didn't get his fan art.
Did I not get your fan art?
He sent it today, he says.
Oh, well, if you sent it today, I might not have gotten it in time. I pretty much put it all on my computer.
Greg Hartung says he has sent us an edition as well.
Did you? It might be on the website. Oh, sorry, Greg. It might be on the website, but I can't get it together right now unless it's in here. Greg, is any of this yours?
That was last week's.
Yeah, I think this was last week's. Yeah, this is all the fan art from last week. I believe. Yeah. All right. Anyway, sorry about that, Greg. If I didn't show off your fan art and you believe that I missed it and it's not on the website, send it again, and I will be sure to show it off next week. Things are crazy, you know. Always doing things. But we also have a literary composition that was submitted.
We do?
We do.
No way.
Ananasoul, the very fine Ananasoul, has written a poem just for us, we hosts of Scotch and Smoke Rings. It is called The Definition of Class, and I linked it on my weekly update on Monday, but I'm going to read it for you.
It's a long poem.
It's a long poem. So I'm going to read it fast, and I'm going to get a little bit of courage first. Cheers, everybody.
Courage!
All right. This is The Definition of Class by Ananasoul. With his head held high, it was quick detection. This was a man of utmost sophistication. You'd think he'd be dressed in the finest silk threads. He would only heal himself with the highest quality meds. A few gorgeous goddesses beside him would stand. He could make them all swoon with just the flicker of his hand. His wallet would be bursting from the credit cards collected, but this isn't the image this man had selected. He had studied hard in ancient history. Why he was not a professor was simply a mystery. Nice. Instead, he decided to go the creative route. A light bulb appeared, an idea, no doubt. He held up a finger and instantly said, "I'm going to be a World of Warcraft celeb." He started to make videos. Not the best, but a start. What? Slowly but surely, he took WoW by heart. Okay, it's a little better. The Lich King sat back there. Was nothing he could do. In a very long time, he actually started feeling blue. All he could do now was for his stardom mourn. He had been defeated, by none other than Oxhorn. Oxhorn one day had come to a decision, so he sat in a room and aimed a cam with quick precision. The World Wide Web he was ready to raid. He was doing it live, not with a video previously made. He started the broadcast for his fans to see. He waved to the cam and said, "Hey, it's me!" I had watched his videos, and being a fan, I tuned in one day and watched the man. He sat in no ballroom and wore no tux. His laughter was rich, but he probably only had a couple of bucks? That's just mean. Maybe why would you include that?
At the time, maybe.
Okay, all right.
That was quite a long time ago with your first one.
Right, that's quite possible. A whole 2 years next week. Anyway, to continue with the poem, after this ad stops on Pandora, because I'd hate to be talking over, I think it's an ad about Target. Okay. Anyway, so his laughter was rich, but he probably only had a couple of bucks. He wore no silk tie, not even a top hat. How could he make a claim but be dressed like that? I leaned a little closer to my computer screen. I didn't really understand. What did he mean? He had no bottles of crystal or pink champagne. I scratched my head. This riddle is a pain. Yeah. Upon leaning back to give my strained eyes some recovery, that is when I made the ultimate discovery. Oxhorn was clad in his favorite hat. He wore suspenders, and he owned a cat. He smoked fine cigars and makes smoke rings just right. He spoke to us of bacon. Yum, what a tasty delight. He drank his best scotch from a special glass. He, my friend, is the definition of class.
That is amazing.
Isn't that great? Thank you very much, Anatosoul. That was a fantastic little poem.
Can't believe it.
Really enjoyed it. If any other of my fine fans would like to write poems, I will be sure to read them, if they're good. So, continue to submit fan art and fan videos and fan poems, for your creative expressions are welcome here at Oxhorn.com. Smoke break. Oh man, I think mine went out.
Well, we got a cure for that.
We certainly do. And it's a Bic. Bic. I said Bic. B-I-C. Bic.
Flick that Bic. Well, we did fan art. All that's done. I think we have a classy word of the week.
We do. And this one was actually submitted by Going Home 304. He used the contact form on my website, which is fantastic. So thank you all for using the contact form. That's why I put it there. I'm glad it's working. And the classy word of the week that he submitted is acquiesce.
Acquiesce.
Acquiesce. If your child is throwing a tantrum, you would be a bad parent if you were to acquiesce to its demands.
Right.
Acquiesce.
Which means stay silent and not do nothing and let them have their way.
Right. Discipline. Discipline is another classy word, which we will have to use sometime for discipline.
But acquiesce, it does have its moments.
Right.
Like if there's a stubborn person, like you have a friend, he's very stubborn and very opinionated.
Yeah.
And you know nothing's going to get through his thick skull.
Right.
Sometimes you have to acquiesce to him just to settle the situation and not escalate things.
Especially if the consequences of acquiescing are not too drastic,
Yes.
then acquiescing is actually a very classy and proper decision to make.
It can be.
It can be.
Maybe you should use that with Arthur next time.
Right. Okay. Thank you. All right. Good to see all of you in the chat while I'm being instructed by my brother. We've got the fan art, we've got the poems, we've got the classy word. Oh, how to be a gentleman and how to be a lady.
Do we have those books handy?
I
think we forgot to get those.
I think we did. They may be in the...
Okay, I will go grab a book.
All right. My brother, the Fantastic Courier, is going to go get the book while I entertain you with a drink, which I spilled a little bit on my shirt, but not too much, and smoke rings. All right, guys, I need your help. So this weekend, I am going out of town, and I'm taking a little vacation. It's a pretty important vacation, and I am going into the woods, into the wild wilderness, and I need happy weather. That's right, I need the weather to not have a frown, but to have a smile. So if all of you could pray and wish for fantastic weather, especially on Saturday, I will be very grateful. So, fantastic weather Saturday and Sunday. Pray for Oxhorn. All right, what have we got today in terms of how to be a gentleman?
Well, I thought I would start reading today. And we're going to read from a section called A Gentleman Gives a Party.
Okay.
First on this section is a gentleman does not give BYOB parties.
BYOB.
Bring your own beer.
All right. What's the explanation? Does it say why or does it just say?
Well, I'm assuming that a good host will supply all alcoholic finery and beverages.
That makes sense. That would be a good host.
So, whenever he can avoid it, a gentleman does not extend last-minute invitations. He knows that 90 minutes before the start of his party is too late to invite anybody to anything.
Good advice. Very good advice.
Good.
In fact, it is good advice, and I've got some real world experience. So, I was invited to 3 different parties for one date, the 23rd of July. And it was really nice because they all invited me weeks ahead, so I was able to say, I am so sorry, I have other plans for this evening. Thank you so very much for inviting me.
Cranther says, bring your own bacon.
Bring your own bacon. That is a party I would go to. Of course, they would be classier hosts if they brought the bacon themselves. But anyway, that's beside the point.
Okay, we shall continue. A gentleman does not answer the phone during dinner. He does not even bring his cell phone to the table. Did we already read this one?
I don't know.
If he receives a call while he's entertaining, he leaves the table in order to answer it and politely asks the caller if he may return the call later.
Very, very gentlemanly.
When he acts as a host in his own home or in a restaurant, a gentleman does everything in his power to entertain his guests. He knows that his goal is to put them at ease, not to impress them. He feels no need to serve the most extravagant hors d'oeuvres.
Yeah.
Hors d'oeuvres.
Hors d'oeuvres. Or that's right, the most expensive.
Wow, that's a weird. I didn't know hors d'oeuvres was spelled like that.
Yeah, the most expensive hors d'oeuvres.
D'oeuvres. Okay, hors d'oeuvres. Okay. He feels no need to serve the most extravagant hors d'oeuvres possible. Right. Neither does he feel compelled to take guests to the most expensive restaurant in the city. When his guests arrive, a gentleman greets them warmly and points them in the direction of food and drink.
Oh, that is
If he observes that a guest is not being included in the conversation, he introduces him to others and facilitates the conversation.
That is so true. I wish more guests would do that, or hosts.
Right, me too. A gentleman host does not fret over broken glassware or scratches on the furniture. He accepts such irritations as a part of entertaining.
Very true.
A gentleman makes sure that his invitation, whether delivered by telephone or by mail, or in the most casual of circumstances by email, provides all the necessary information. He gives the time, the date, and the location. He also lets people know what they are expected to wear. Should a guest arrive with an unexpected bottle of wine, and if it does not complement the menu he has planned, a gentleman simply says, "Thank you, Gloria, you are so thoughtful. I love Pinot Noir. I'm certainly going to look forward to enjoying this soon."
Pinot Noir.
Pinot Noir.
Pinot Noir.
Pinot Noir.
Okay. I'm glad they gave the person a name, Gloria. That must have come from a real experience.
Gloria. Listen, Gloria, thank you for the title, but it does not compliment my dinner.
I will put it in the icebox for later.
All right, well, is that enough from it? Or
yeah.
Okay, there's 3 more paragraphs for this section.
All right.
Finish it off?
Yeah, we'll knock through it.
Okay, quickly now. If a guest offers to bring the wine or to help in some other way with the dinner menu, a gentleman may either accept or decline the offer. Either way, he says thank you and means it.
Aww.
Should a guest arrive with a bowl of dip or even a full-fledged casserole,
wow,
a gentleman must find some way to serve it, even if he does not go well with the Dover sole he has lovingly prepared.
Dover sole?
What is a Dover sole?
What's a Dover?
I doubt anybody in the chat knows what a Dover sole is.
Unless, of course, that's a crazy foreign word that we're again mispronouncing. Dover sole, S-O-L-E. Anybody?
Nobody knows what that is.
Okay.
Okay. A gentleman feels no need to write a thank you note for any gift a guest has brought to him, provided it is clear the gift is intended as a thank you to him for hosting the party.
Oh, wow, that's really good evidence.
All right.
Or, not evidence, but advice. Very good advice. Thank you for that, author of How to Be a Gentleman. And if you too would like your own copy of How to Be a Gentleman, it is linked right below this screen at Oxhorn.com. So feel free to click on it and buy it because I get a little bit of
type in
money.
the chat how you spell that one word. Dover sole, just how it sounds.
Yeah,
Dover.
D-O-V-E-R.
And sole, like the sole of a shoe.
S-O-L-E.
S-O-L-E.
Yeah.
Dover.
So, Dover sole.
There you go. Dover sole is fish, he says.
So wait. H-Star says, the common sole, solia, found in European waters, the Dover sole of European cookery. It's a fish, a flatfish. Wow. Thank you.
They Googled it real quick. See, we as hosts do not have time to Google things, so we leave that to you guys while you guys are in chat. Thank you.
This is called community engagement.
It is.
We are reaching out and hearing from you. It's fine. It's very fun.
Cranther says, hey, Ox, did you celebrate Pecan Pie Day? I believe that was on Tuesday.
I did. Not with an actual pecan pie, sadly. I wish I could have. But my restrictive diet forbids me to have any pie unless it's made of meat. So I did not actually eat a pecan pie, but I did celebrate it. And I wished everybody on Twitter a happy Pecan Pie Day. So there you go. Before we get to your questions, a few announcements. So BlizzCon, obviously, my girlfriend Jody and Brian will, all three of us, be there. We all have tickets. We're going to be walking around the con, shaking hands, giving out swag, having a good time. So be sure that you're there. We'll take a lot of pictures and have fun. Even if you don't have tickets to BlizzCon, I'll be walking around outside the convention center. And if you happen to be in the area and want to stop by, just hunt for me. I'll be in the Derby. And this tall guy will stand above the entire crowd. So you're sure to see us.
Right.
Also, Dragon Con, which is only a few months away in Atlanta, Georgia. My role at that convention is steadily increasing. I'm going to be judging a World of Warcraft costume contest.
Really?
Really.
This is news to me.
This is, alright, well, I forgot to tell you, but both Jody and myself will be going. You're more than welcome to come if you want. I'm going to be co-judging a World of Warcraft costume contest. I'm going to be giving about a 30-minute presentation showing off movies and talking and stuff. I'm going to be at the World of Warcraft meet and greet at Dragon Con. This is in Atlanta, Georgia in a few months, I believe, so you can Google it to find out the dates and all of that. So yeah, I'm going to be very integral in this convention. I'm going to be having a great time. Nova will be there. I will be there. Brian maybe if he wants to come. We're going to have a blast, so if you're in the South and want to check us out or you want to get plane tickets and stop on by, it's going to be fun. I can tell you that of all the conventions I've been to, Dragon Con has by far and away been the largest. Thousands of people there, all of them dressed up in crazy costumes. If you're not a World of Warcraft fan, there's a ton of other stuff to do. They've got Star Trek sections, Star Wars sections, video game sections, novel sections. You know, if you happen to be a basket weaver, they've got, you know, craft sections and card games and all of that crazy nonsense. It's a lot of fun, so it's got everything for everybody. In fact, the highlight of last year, I don't know if I told you this, but I'm a big fan of the Brobdingnagian Bards. They're a sort of Celtic folk group. It's two guys. They've disbanded, but they come together every now and then and have a big concert. I saw them playing at Dragon Con last year, and I got to sit down while Mike Gunn, I believe his name is, played on his, I forget what it's called, but it was a cool instrument. Anyway, it's a lot of fun, and it's in Atlanta, Georgia, and I hope you guys can be there. It's going to be a blast. All right, have we forgotten anything? Is it time to get to your guys' awesome questions? I believe it is.
I believe it is.
So I'm going to pop up Twitter here. And should I bring Facebook up? I don't know. All right, I'll get Facebook up. Hold on just a second. I got to post a comment. All right. Facebook.com/Oxhorn page. All one word. Wow, and I typed it in wrong because I got some sort of crazy congratulations Facebook user. All right. No, leave the page. Wow, that's what happens when I don't understand why I'm seeing this. Okay, well guess what? I'm not going to be actually posting anything on Facebook right now because apparently my web browser is going crazy. So, sadly, I cannot answer your questions if it's on Facebook, but I am on Twitter and I am in the chat. So if you've got a question, your two handsome co-hosts definitely have an answer. I am @Oxhorn on Twitter. It's just the @Oxhorn, all one word. So if you're on Twitter, just type @Oxhorn space your message, press enter, I will see it. And if you're in this chat, we have 74 fine viewers at the moment. the two of us will be able to see it. And it'll be easier for us to see it now because we're actually broadcasting on a very large monitor.
Now that we switched back to the office, we have a huge monitor and it's way easier to read things.
I miss this office.
No more squinting like this.
Squinting. Squinting is bad. So.
Yes.
Melia says, "Hey Ox, I sent you a line in the contact us option. Did you get it?" Quite possibly. I'm told by many of the fans in the chat today that I did forget some of the fan art. My apologies. If I missed it, please send it again, and I will be sure to include it. I can't actually personally respond to all of your emails that you send me through the contact form. I will do my best to, but I do read them all. I do read them all, but I can't always respond. So if I don't respond, please don't take it personally. It's just that I get thousands of them. So I really can't respond to all of them and work full-time and make movies. So that's just the nature of the business. Mr. Dennis says, Rathbrius, question for you. Do you know Brad Wolf, also known as Nim, on YouTube channel name is Fargood81? If so, do you think he is a classy elf? You know, my stance on that is that you can't be an elf and be classy. I'm sorry. That is my prejudice. That is my bias, and I am sticking to it. However, of all of the elves, the classiest you could possibly be is indeed a blood elf. Because at least the blood elves are Horde, right?
Well, you will make Theragor very happy by saying that.
Will I?
Isn't that right, Theragor?
Theragor, okay. Theragor, I hope I'm making you a little bit happier. They are not classy in the true sense of the word, but they are as close as an elf can be to classy. So there you go. As for Nim, I have seen a few of his music videos, and they are funny. So I think he's a very talented World of Warcraft machinima artist. Love Levenway says, what happened to the days of 200, 250, 300 viewers? The reason that we are lower on viewership is because at that time, I was producing YouTube videos. Every week, I would do a highlights of the show and post it on YouTube. Naturally, since my views on YouTube have 53 million views, we were going to get a few of those to come watch the show. It's just a whole lot of effort for me to produce those shows. So I have stopped doing that, and the viewership has gone back to a normal level. But who knows? Maybe it'll increase over time.
See, Sable Heart says, hey, isn't Nova's Tune a blood elf?
Yeah. My girlfriend's Tune is a blood elf. So I'm going to make an exception. You either have to be an elf who is also my girlfriend to be classy, or pick another race altogether. Making an exception there.
Patrick says, do you guys have Facebook ready? We sadly do not. For some reason, Facebook is giving us a hard time, and they want us to win prizes that are misleading.
I don't know whether Facebook got hacked, or if my browser somehow got hacked or something. It's weird. Every time I try to go to Facebook, they're trying to get me to take a survey and all that nonsense. So
not today. We will be doing Twitter and normal chat. So.
Yeah, Twitter and normal chat. I will fix the Facebook.
Andy Sham says, Ox, are you doing any more movies? Will you have one ready before BlizzCon?
Yes, I am working on new movies. I may have one before BlizzCon. Who knows? I'm going to try. Kara says, am I being ignored tonight? No, you're not being ignored. Not specifically. If I'm not answering your questions, it's simply that I am missing them in the deluge of text that is flying up and down the screen. So please don't take offense if I don't read your question. It's just that I missed it. Yeah, you're welcome, Kara. So there you go. That's a good question. Oh, his name flew off the screen, so I missed it. But, dear Brandon, I'm Dennis. What is more classier, hot dogs or hamburgers? That's a really good question.
Classier.
They're both really classy. I mean, I enjoy both hot dogs and hamburgers, especially if the hot dog is like a German sausage.
I think technically the classy barbecue food would be steak.
Yes. Of all of the meats you can grill, steak is the most classy.
I love hot dogs, I love burgers, I love steak. I think the classy definition would be steak.
And of all steaks...
Ribeye steak.
Exactly. I was just about to say that. The king is the ribeye steak.
We had some the other day for barbecue, and they were...
They
were glorious.
Oh, they were so good. They were amazing.
Right.
So,
but anyways, between the choices of hamburger and hot dog, I believe hamburger.
I'm going to have to agree. Hamburger is a very fine food.
I'd have to say, whenever we have barbecue and we have hot dogs and burgers, I just go for the burgers.
Burgers. I'll have a healthy combination of both, but I tend to lean towards burgers. They are very fine. Also, a bit of news. I don't know if you guys saw this, but I think it was the Seattle Times released a report talking about Kobe beef. Have any of you ever had Kobe beef burgers and all of that? So, you guys are embracing a scam. The whole Kobe beef thing is a total scam. So here's the story behind Kobe beef. There is a district of Japan called Kobe. So unless you're eating an animal that was raised in Japan, slaughtered, and then the meat comes here, you're not having genuine Kobe beef. Also, if the Kobe beef is in burger format, like ground up beef, it loses everything that's nice about it. So the nice thing about a Kobe steak, is that it's really well marbled. It has a distinct taste. And if you ground it up into ground beef, it's, just like any other hamburger where a lot of fat is added. So, for all of those who are steak connoisseurs and aficionados like myself, don't waste your money on Kobe beef unless you're absolutely sure that it comes from Kobe, Japan.
Yeah. And Rafflemau, I seen your post about you being ignored. Like he said earlier, don't get offended if we ignore it. He says there's so much text going on.
Right.
But your question was, if you switched to Silverhand, would you be invited to the Invisible Pink Unicorns? And the answer to that is yes. We do not have a strict entry policy. So if you just give one of the officers a tell, they will be able to hook you up.
Right. Also, I want to take this opportunity to say that I have been logging on a lot, and then I look into my friends list or whatever, and there are a lot of people who are sending me applications to the guild. And I actually can't accept your invitation unless you're logged in at the time, because there's this feature, I believe, they can go onto the guild and apply to be a member. Then I can click accept and let you into the guild, but it doesn't work if you're offline. So oftentimes I'll come on to invite people in and they're offline. So your best way of getting into the guild is finding somebody in the guild who is online at the time and asking them for an invite. I can do it. Beanstir, is that the name of your warrior?
Beanstir is now my main in the Invisible Pink Unicorns.
Send Beanstir a tell and he will invite you, or Oxhorn, of course, and I will invite you. Kara says,
there's also Glimmer, there's Zion, there's Keonde, of course, there's Straxley.
There's a whole bunch of people
there's
still
a lot
playing
of
the
people.
game, yeah. Kara says, the Invisible Pink Unicorns is now 19. That's right, our guild level is shooting up the ranks.
We are 19, yeah. Well, we have a lot of members who are leveling, so I believe we are getting very high in guild experience and leveling, so it's getting somewhere.
Yeah.
It's a very good leveling guild.
If you want to take advantage of all the awesome guild perks, join our guild, because we have a lot of them.
Yep.
Major kudos to everybody who's joining and leveling.
Lead Hackfoot to West says, mine is 25. Yeah, don't brag, alright? Who cares if you're 25, alright?
Yeah. When it's not a competition.
We don't want to hear it.
Ladacious, I believe I'm pronouncing his name right, says, question Oxhorn, if matches are classier than lighters, why have you been using lighters recently?
Well, the answer to that is because I always have a lighter handy, and he often misplaces his matches. So when we are down to get the get-go, we have what's available.
I am what you call an absent-minded professor sort of type. When it comes to like words and music and all of these wonderful creative things that are swimming through my mind, I'm not afraid to say that I may be a genius. I'm not afraid to say that. But when it comes to like daily, everyday things like misplacing my socks or something, I tend to neglect them. And the same is true with matches. So this guy, thankfully, always has a lighter on hand. So thank you. Thank you, brother.
Yes, Wrath Bria says, Brandon M. Dennis, I question for you. If you could pick only an orc or a troll, which would you pick and which would be more classy?
Ooh, that is a good question.
It is a very good question.
You know, I like them both. I'm going to have to go with... Wow, that's a hard one.
Well, here's the thing.
What's your opinion on this?
I was talking to Ironbark, and Ironbark's opinion was that trolls always looked hunched over.
Yeah.
Which is annoying to some people. But trolls do have tusks.
And they have that awesome accent.
And they do have that awesome accent. Yeah. So that kind of makes up for their hunchingness.
Yeah. You know, some orcs have giant fangs, though.
Right.
So it's a really tough choice. You know what? I'm going to have to pass.
Pass on that question?
I'm passing on that question.
We're passing on that question.
I have no answer.
Any choice is fine.
That's right. They're both classy options.
Yes.
Sir Chaos S says, only drawbacks are, I'm not a unicorn and I'm not Horde. I don't understand that, because being an invisible pink unicorn, there is nothing, effeminate about that. Pink, we're all a little pink inside. So there's nothing wrong with the color pink if used in conjunction with a creature that disembowels annoying professors, self-important engineers. So those two combined makes the invisible pink unicorns very, masculine and hardcore. That's right.
For some reason, Kara is saying, have you heard about the Teutenberg family who were tragically died in a plane crash? They're upstanding family. I'm not quite sure why you're spamming that question.
Well, you don't reward people by answering them if they're spamming.
It's Kara, so I kind of have to. I'm sorry.
What? Oh, great. Now she's going to think she has precedence. You don't do that. All right, fine. Well, to answer your question, Kara, I have not been paying attention to the news, sadly. I've been sort of in my own world of work and so forth. So, yeah, I don't really know anything about it. But if you say that they are an upstanding family...
We believe you!
We believe you, and I mourn their demise. I really do.
We do. Even though we don't know them, we mourn them. Because they are an upstanding family, according to you.
Okay.
So thank you.
Rathbria says, Brandon M. Dennis, a question for you. Which do you like better, Thrall or Hellscream? Okay. Had you asked me this question a week ago, I would have said Thrall, no doubt. But I recently got to level 85. Thanks to this guy. He organized a group, and we went and knocked my leveling out. I got to level 85.
We also want to thank you to Lunamist.
Yeah. Lunamist and everybody
and
else.
Vine,
all these
who were
fine,
there to help him level.
Awesome
85.
guildies. Bunch of you invisible unicorn guildies banded together to get their guild leader to level 85. So thank you for that. But I then went and did a series of questline quests, and the reward was an epic cape, so I was glad I did it. And in those quests, we were learning more about Thrall. And at the very end, I don't want to spoil it for you, because if you haven't done the questline, it's kind of a bit of a storyline, and I don't want to spoil it for you. But it ended with Thrall sort of saying really romantic stuff, and then actual rose petals falling from the sky onto his head. Now, how can you claim to be a barbarian, awesome warrior of the Horde, and then stand there and have rose petals fall from the sky?
That's his soft side, bro.
You know what?
I've heard you on phone conversations that were far worse.
And you know what? I never reveal those to the public. I never have a crowd of adoring fans watching me as I'm, mushy and romantic on the phone. It just doesn't happen.
Look, and neither does Thrall. He couldn't help it because Blizz created him and made people to watch it.
Well, okay, you're obviously getting into the analytical portion of it.
Okay.
But in the storyline portion of it, he had his ex-girlfriend Jaina there, who was crying, which was hilarious.
Right.
A bunch of other people like Malfurion, Stormrage, and then of course myself, being the player that helped him through the quest. I'm sitting there watching the ex-leader of the Horde getting mushy and having rose petals fall upon his head, and I'm going, Thrall, buddy, come on. And then of course the loneliness part of the quest line, where he's sitting there going, I am a failure. I have not led the Horde right. I gave it to Hellscream, and that was a bad decision. Cairn, my brother, what happened to you? I'm sitting there going, come on, man.
Look, every hero has their weaknesses.
Yeah? All right. Well, apparently, my brother still has the highest respect for Thrall. I don't know. I still respect him to a certain degree because he is a shaman, and he does, hold the maelstrom up or something. So he's a powerful dude, but
okay, so
seriously, Thrall, come on.
Andy Sham says, Brian, I'm a shaman, but I am a Draenei. Yet I hate being on the Alliance because we always fail. Would you consider me to be on your good side or your bad side?
What's the answer to that? That's a good question. I think we're going to have to take a moment to blow smoke rings and think about it.
It is very hard for me to answer that question.
Why is it so hard?
It's just very hard. Yes. It's just very hard. Sorry.
That's going to be another pass.
Yeah.
I believe another pass. I guess you just never will know. You'll be talking with this guy in the game from now on. You'll be thinking, does he think I'm annoying? What is his real opinion of me? It's obviously our
all
opinions.
I have to say is that if you want to get a hold of me on Silverhand, give a tell to Beanster, not Beanstalk. That's all I have to say.
Okay. All right. There you go. That's a good response, I got to say. Ladacious says, Oxhorn, if you would have to choose between a job punting gnomes and removing elf ears, what would you pick? And by the way, Ladacious is pronounced Lascidious.
Lascidious.
Wow. I was thinking it was Laudacious or Audacious with Laudate at the beginning, but it's Lascidious. Okay, I'm sorry. I apologize. Mispronounced your name. The answer to the question is, would I prefer punting gnomes or collecting elf ears? Wow.
You know what? I'd prefer punting gnomes because...
Oh, great. Here's the pro. Here are the pros and cons. Did you get?
No, someone's making fun of my shirt.
It's a little sparkly, isn't it?
You know what? Like Ox said a couple weeks ago, I meant to be on a yacht with this shirt. This is my yacht cruising shirt.
He's in his yacht outfit. He even has a pair of matching shorts that go very well with it. He could be drinking Corona on a yacht.
I did. I spent my whole page on yacht-lounging outfits.
Or perhaps playing golf.
Golf? Yeah.
On a golf course.
Right.
Right. But to answer your question, here are the distinguishing variations of this. So with punting gnomes, you have the tactile pleasure of hitting a solid mass and sending it flying through the air.
With elf ears, you're collecting things that you discussed.
They're a little bit disgusting, but they're also badges of honor. Kind of like scalping someone. You know, it's a nasty and messy process, but when you're done, you have something to remember it by, right? You can collect them on a pole or something. The same with elf ears. You can string them around your neck as a symbol of pride.
So you're saying punting gnomes is momentarily satisfaction?
Exactly. But with elf ears,
you have something.
You can remember it. So I'm going to go with elf ears, even as much as I love punting gnomes.
Look, I'm going to go with punt gnoming because...
Yeah?
When you're collecting elf ears, you have something disgusting and something you hate.
Yeah.
And it's with you.
But you're always reminded of your hatred. Your hatred will never die.
But why would you have something with you that you hate so much?
It's not the thing that you hate. The object you hate, that's true. But it always reminds you on a constant basis how much you hate, so your hatred will never die. You know, it's very popular these days.
Look, I'm all about temporary satisfaction. Thank you, Zion.
Oh, wow. I don't know if that's necessarily a classic.
I've been living my whole...
Okay, all right. Don't give away too many details.
All right, well... It's a thing of the past. Thank you very much.
Okay, very nice. Rathbria says, Brandon, I'm Dennis. Question for you. Which do you think is more classy, an eye monocle or a fancy reading glasses? They're both classy in their own way. A monocle, you know, it's very Jeeves and Wooster. You can sit down with a nice cigar and a glass of scotch with a monocle and talk about the news of the day and fighting the Zulus in South Africa or something. But with reading glasses, you can sit there by the fireside in your favorite chair and read King Solomon's Mind. They're both very fine options.
Whenever I think of a monocle, I think of the Monopoly Man.
True. Monopoly men did indeed have monocles, but it comes from a period of classy history where men wore derbies and rode around in Model Ts and were never seen outside of a suit. A very fine moment of human history. So they're both good choices.
Okay.
Both good choices. Dan says, Oxhorn, I talked to you on Facebook one day, and I'm really hoping you'd be able to show us some of your pipe collection. That's you. Yeah, I remember having that conversation. Okay, well, my pipes are all up there.
Here, I'll grab some.
You'll grab some? Right. My brother's going to grab some of my pipe collection. I have about 30, 35 pipes. They're not all displayed up there, but I do have a few. And
so here are some of them. The empty slots are pipes that he
right
has lying in an ashtray somewhere.
These are what...
Here, I found one. This will join the bunch.
Yeah, there we go.
He has pipes lying around his whole house, and I have to go around picking them up sometimes.
Yeah, you can't walk around an inch of this apartment.
So we have big guy here. We have corn cob pipe right here.
These are called peasant pipes because of their unique shape. You can always tell a peasant pipe because it goes down like that. This is a cigar pipe. You put your pipe tobacco in there and smoke it like a cigar.
Yes.
It doesn't work very well, but I like it. And, of course, Brian said that is an actual corn cob pipe. I got that in Kentucky when I was visiting once. So a very fine pipe. And that's just part of my fine collection. I'll have to show you the rest of it someday. But
well, we also have this ridiculous-looking thing.
Another peasant pipe. This actually was one of my first pipes. I spent a lot of money refurbishing it because when I found it, it was in poor condition. But it's got a nice sort of stag motif carved on there, and it's made from stag horn. Pun not intended, actually. And then that's some oxhorn right there. Again, pun not intended. But this pipe right here has stag horn and oxhorn in it. So there you go. Thank you, sir. Petrica says, when is Nova coming back, guys? Being the Nova Knights misser. Plus, we added a new knight named Lady. Can she also get a digital hug? Thank yous, guys. To answer your first question, Nova will be back in town tomorrow, so she should be back for the show next Thursday. And, yeah, major digital hugs to Lydia. Digital hugs all the way from Saddle Hugs. Hugs. Digital hugs.
Well, one more pipe to show off. This is our Ox's meerschaum pipe, which belonged to our grandfather, I believe.
Yeah. It's my favorite pipe. It's called a Kirsten pipe. It's made from a local company called the Kirsten Pipe Company. This shank is made from aircraft-grade aluminum. And this bowl right here screws on and off for easy cleaning. And it's made from a material called meerschaum, as my brother said, which is German for sea foam, because it's a buoyant material that the ancient traders used to find clanking up against the sides of their ship, and so they just nicknamed it seafoam, meerschaum. But yeah, that's my favorite pipe. I love it. It smokes really well, also. Lee Taxfoot to what says, go tell Nova to accept my Xbox friend request. She will as soon as she's back in town. She left her Xbox up here, so she obviously hasn't been able to play it. But as soon as she's back, she will be sure to. Kara says, speaking of hate, have you heard of this group called the Westboro Baptist Church? And if so, what are your thoughts on them? In all seriousness, I have heard of them, and I detest everything that they say and stand for. In terms of gaming, I play around and talk about hating elves because they don't actually exist. In the real life, any kind of hatred, especially that portrayed by the Aryan Nation or the Black Panthers, or in this case, the Westboro Baptist Church, should be shunned and ridiculed and frowned upon, and they do not represent any form of legitimate faith, in my opinion, whatsoever. So that is my opinion of the Westboro Baptist Church. And honestly, we're doing the world a disservice by even mentioning them. Anytime a news media organization actually gives them front page news and puts their pictures online, they're just promoting this crazy kook group, right? So if we were actually legitimate, normal, nice human beings, we wouldn't talk about them. We wouldn't write articles about them. We would ignore them because that's all they're worth. They're worth ignoring.
But it is good to talk about it somewhat, just because it's good to know that most Christians
don't act that way.
Don't act that way.
Exactly. The vast majority of Christians donate to charity, are law-abiding citizens, are peaceful, are not filled with hate. This group, I wouldn't even call them, in my opinion, a representative of Christianity or any other sort of faith. So they're just a kook, crazy, nut job group.
Same with the people who predicted the rapture.
Yeah, same with they're not necessarily filled with hate, but they're kooks. They're just way out there.
Goldhawk says, Brian, slurring is not classy. I am not slurring. Thank you very much.
Can you say she sells seashells by the seashore?
She sells seashells by the seashore.
Nah, you messed up. You said she shells.
I did not.
She sells seashells by the seashore.
She sells seashells by the seashore.
But you had to pause right there. You gotta.
She sells seashells by the seashore.
Nice!
What about that?
There you go.
Yo.
Very well done, I gotta say.
Thank you.
Kudos to the bro. Ananisul says the Raptors didn't come. I know, I was bummed. I was really thinking Jurassic Park. The Raptors will come. I wanted one as a pet, but sadly, the Raptors did not come. Alright. Drinking. Smoke ring competition.
What? Best me again.
Zap Beetleflow says, Oxhorn, I have a confession. I am a, gasp, fangirl. You know what, I gotta say, I got nothing against fangirls or fan men whatsoever. Anyone who's a fan of Oxhorn is okay in my book. Fangirls particularly, though, I do enjoy the fangirls. So, continue. Uberhacksaurs Ninja says, I want to do an Irish jig now. Feel free. It is not unclassy to listen to some awesome music, such awesome music, and burst out into an Irish jig. Nothing unclassy about that whatsoever. Yes, Sir Chaos says, I believe that's Gaelic Storm on Pandora. Yes, that is. That was Gaelic Storm, and this is another Target commercial for some reason. I guess Target is trying to be the next Walmart for some reason. Oh, here we go. What's this? This is The Jolly Seven. This song is called Woman of the House. I like it. Uberhacksaurs Ninja says, why, thank you, Ox. My mother, Australia, thanks you. Well, thank you, Australia. We love having Australians, although I have always been perplexed at your fascination with Ned Kelly. When I was in college, I did an entire research project on Ned Kelly, and everybody in my class thought that he was this crazy, amazing Robin Hood type figure. I honestly didn't see anything classy about the guy. I mean, the dude stole horses, got banned to Australia because he stole horses, and then proceeded to do a life of crime. He was also crazy because he made a suit of armor for himself out of sheet iron, and they decided to face against a whole bunch of sheriffs in a suit of iron, and they had guns, and he had a sword. He wasn't a very smart individual, so why is he an Australian national hero?
He's got guts. He's crazy, man.
He's crazy, he's foolish. I will admit that he has guts, but guts are not necessarily something to be proud of.
He's got cojones, man.
Cojones. That's true.
Hey, you use what you got, and if you can make a full suit of armor with 4, that's all. If that's all you got, and you still go up ahead with people with guns, but you got cojones.
But it's for illegitimate reasons. Like, you know, he just wanted to defend his ability to steal from other people.
A normal person would be like, okay, all I got here is a sword and a suit of armor. Okay, yeah, I won't be able to do nothing, so I'm just gonna go sit in my house and do nothing.
Right. I suppose.
But he actually rose above it all and went against these people.
Yeah. These people who were law-abiding citizens trying to uphold Australian way of life.
He went out of the mold, okay?
Yeah, he did. He did go out of the mold.
He set a precedent.
Which is an example of why going out of the mold and going outside the box is not always a good thing. Sometimes it's good, but sometimes just being normal is also good. So, that was a bit of a digression, wasn't it?
It was.
Goldhawk says, never bring plate iron to a gunfight. True.
Ew.
True.
Elacidus says, do you ever get mistaken for the guy who made Lord of the Rings?
Please don't say it. Oh, wait.
What?
Oh, Peter Jackson? Oh, yeah. No, that's actually fine. I thought you were going to say somebody else. But yes.
Yeah, but then he asked if I ever get mistaken for Justin Timberlake. Who is
Justin Timberlake?
I think that's what he said. I don't look anything like Justin Timberlake. I can't find it. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Well, I'm ashamed to admit that I have never been mistaken for Peter Jackson. It was Zion that said it. Zion said,
No,
okay.
it wasn't.
She says she said it.
Whatever, dude.
Okay, I don't know. But, yeah, I would love it if somebody came up to me and said, are you Peter Jackson? Of course, I would have to say, yes. Yes, I am Peter Jackson. But don't compare me to other people who look like me, because I don't look like other people. I have my own distinct look, I guess.
And so do I. Nobody's got this face.
Justin Timberlake?
Nobody's got this mold but me.
I don't really see the
Look,
Justin
I'm the only one that can rock the mold like this.
Yeah, he's got a very distinct,
sorry.
non-Timberlake-ish
Non-Timberlake-ish.
Sort of jawline, right?
Jeez. Thank you.
Thanks. Yeah, thank you, Zep Beautiful. Very nice. Oh, Jay Bonner says, I hate to see it, Bean, but there is quite a resemblance.
What the?
That doesn't make sense with the flack. He was going to say flack.
Flacking whatever.
That's right.
Go flack yourself.
That's right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Zion says he needs more room for... Oh, wow. That's just mean, Zion. That is mean. The Gratter says, Oxhorn, have you ever done a barrel roll? Please answer. Again, I am not the little frog from Star Fox, so I don't run around telling people to do a barrel roll.
What? Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Do a barrel roll.
I haven't played that game in years.
I love Star Fox, by the way.
Yeah.
There's this old video game store in the U District called the Pink Gorilla. They actually have a big statue of Star Fox in there.
Do they really?
It's really cool. I took a picture of it and put it up on my Instagram.
Huh.
But yeah. Star Fox, good game. I actually prefer the older one. Remember the old Nintendo, not 64, but the old Super Nintendo version of Star Fox?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good game. Fun memories of Christmases playing Star Fox.
With popcorn.
Big old things of popcorn.
Right. Bins of those holiday popcorns with the cheddar, the caramel,
oh, yeah.
and the butter.
Oh.
Yeah, we had those. We just played Star Fox for days.
Star Fox and Sonic 2.
Sonic 2, right.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
We did.
Fond memories. Alright, smoke ship time. Is it really that time? Wow, this hour just kind of flew by, didn't it? Yeah, it's 7:57. So okay, I guess it's smoke ship time. What is on your mind? As always here at Oxhorn.com, we blow smoke ships into existence because we, the hosts of this fine program, have the power. Nowhere else in the world can this be done, but we can do it. You know, aside from Gandalf, who's obviously a fictional character, we, however, are completely real. So, what would you like to see? What sort of beautiful ship motif would you like seen blown into existence today? The Gratter says, Ox, what is your guild name? I forgot it. Invisible Pink Unicorns. The Invisible Pink Unicorns. Go to theinvisiblepinkunicorns.com to check out the guild website. Linkster says, this music is kind of making me sad. Yeah, it is a little, here. Is this one a little bit more lively?
See, Sir Chaos says Star Fox piloting a schooner covered in bacon with elf air sails while the frog tells him to do a barrel roll over a sea of gnomes that were punted into it.
That's a great one. Star Fox piloting a schooner covered in bacon with elf ear sails while the frog tells him to do a barrel roll over a sea of gnomes. What was the last bit?
I don't know.
I know. That's a good one. Type it again because I want to read it again. Make a ship with people doing a barrel roll as Staghorn and Oxhorn and Mortus eat pecan pie, says Alexis901.
Zana says with bacon-wrapped brisket cannons.
With bacon-wrapped brisket cannons.
Yeah.
Do a ship full of your guildies eating bacon and killing elves while Hat composes a song. Very nice. Thank you, Death Alchemist. And Anasul says bacon ship charging into an army of raptors being ridden by night elves. And another very fun one. All right, so I like the Star Fox one. What was it again? My memory is not what it once was.
on a barrel roll. You're the one that remembers all of the smoked chip things, not me. Okay?
I suppose I could always scroll up. Alright. Man, now they're all flying.
Do we dare say them to spam it again?
I don't know. Star Fox piloting a schooner covered in bacon with elf ears sails while the frog tells him to do a barrel roll over a sea of gnomes that were punted into it. Alright, I like that.
Let's do it!
Let's do it. Alright, here we go. You remember what it is?
Nope.
Right. It'll come to you when it's time to blow the ring. Here we go. 3, 2. Wow! That was fantastic! We had Star Fox on a schooner with elf ear sails, with the frog telling him to do a barrel roll while on a sea of punted gnomes. That's right.
While we're shooting bacon out of brisket cannons.
Yes, bacon out of brisket cannons.
Yep.
That was all there. Painted in smoke. Only for a moment. I hope you didn't blink, because if you did, you missed it. It's always good to take a screenshot on such occasions so that there's proof that the smoke ship did indeed exist.
Right.
Which it did. So, there you go. Another fantastic smoke ship designed by your two co-hosts specifically for you. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And that's the end of this episode, episode 103. Next week is going to be our 2nd year anniversary of this fine program. We had a very awesome party on the 100th episode. I believe that's going to be our huge deal. We might do something interesting for next week. So if you have any good ideas, feel free to send them to me, and I'll see if I can incorporate them. But yeah, don't miss next week. It's going to be episode 104, 2 years of this fine program. Anyway, thank you all for coming. We had a fantastic time, as always, here at Oxhorn.com. Be sure to buy my music and watch more of my movies and participate in the forum and say hi to me on Facebook and have a good old time. Thank you all for being fantastic fans. And as always, we say here at Oxhorn.com, my friends, be sure to stay classy. And now I'm going to kind of let it go a little bit because there's a lag and I don't want to stop it right now.
What? Why not? Stop it right now.
Well, I got to wait for the lag to catch up to them so that they don't miss the stay classy bit.
Stop this show!
I'm going to stop it. Hold on. I got one more smoke ring in me.
Come on, you're 2 minutes over. Stop the show.
All right, I'm stopping the show.
I'm out of here.